Hello everyone, welcome to the Watch Poplars. Today I will be repotting my bottle tree seedling. This is a Brachychiton acerifolia seedling, or it's a flame tree. This is the flame tree seedling. Flame tree, which it's just a common name. It doesn't mean anything. It just means it doesn't show any relation that this tree has with other trees. It's just a common name, so don't use common names. I use scientific names because it shows that it is related to other species. So why that's literally. So, and if you have like a Bacchus pilularis and Helianthus annuus, and then you add the family at the end of them, like what family they're in, they're both in Asteraceae, which tells you that they're in the same family and that they are related. But coyote bush and common sunflower don't tell you anything. They don't tell you anything. You may think they're completely different. And then that's it. So, don't trust common names if you want to know the difference of a plant. And you may not really want to until you find out that scientific names are important. And then you'll be like, oh, this is actually kind of cool. So open your mind, guys. Science is cool. So anyway, I've got the seedling. And now, I'll wash my scissors. I'm just to prune a little bit of the roots back. I'm not going to do any severe root pruning to this because there is nothing really that needs to be done. And this is just a seedling. The roots are kind of fleshy as well. They're a bit hard to cut through, especially when they're wet. So that is all the root pruning I will do. I will now repot to here. Make sure that the roots are going out, not tucked under the tree. Especially as you add more soil, you don't want those roots to be kind of like flattened. You still want them to grow outward. So I'm just kind of picking the roots up and directing them into more lateral positions because they were kind of close to the trunk. Now I'll top off the soil. Now, this video is going to be very short, I guess. But there are the leaves. They have not developed other lobes. I still have the seed pods. And, just to kill time, I can bring them out. These are the seeds. They were all in here. They're little yellow seeds. They're actually quite large. The seeds, they're like that big and they're yellow. But there used to be a fourth one here, but it broke off. I frayed these. These actually used to be quite rigid, and they didn't really move at all. So I wanted them to make a wind chime. And so I just broke and twisted all of them. And then I had it hanging on my backpack for like a very long time. I think it fell off one time when it wasn't perfectly attached. But there, I would love to go back to Southern California and get more of these, because these are really fun to have. Even there's like wind chimes. You know, you can just string them up along your trellis or whatever, and like making this noise. But you know, I might just leave them outside on this tree, this privet, which is a horticultural atrocity. It's one of the invasive privets. Oh. So now I water the bottle tree. That drains pretty well. Now, I could top it off. Yeah, I'll top off the soil. There are some roots exposed. I'll water it again. The more you water it, the less the water is going to be orange like this. The orange is just probably from the fermented organic matter, which is fine. But it also gets rid of the little small mud particles that make the soil slower drained. So by the end of the year, the soil should drain very quickly. And that is the next tree. And that is all for now, here among the watch poplars.